I became spiritually awakened in December 2006.
Ooh.
And I've been on the journey for a while now, but I don't feel like I'm at this space or place that I really want to be. I'm wanting more growth.
An expectation, an assumption, an insistence. I'm not where I want to be.
So.
One moment.
Okay.
May I share with you our definition of abundance if you haven't heard it?
Sure. Thank you, yes.
The ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. Notice I didn't say want.
Okay.
Want can sometimes align with what you truly need. But very often in your society, because of belief systems you hold on to that you may not even be aware of, wants may often have nothing to do with what you actually need. They can turn into insistences. If I don't experience this, something has gone wrong. That's a definition. It's not a fact. It's a belief. It's an opinion. It's a perspective. Why would you assume that where you are now is not perfectly where you need to be? Why would you assume that you needed to see something happen specifically in order for you to know that you are exactly perfectly where you need to be? Why are you making your state of being conditional on what happens in an illusionary reality?
Okay.
Where did you think you were supposed to be at this point? How did you picture it? What did you envision?
I envisioned that I was supposed to be like healthier in my health and my finances. I know those are external factors.
But they're also limited definitions. Because you're saying finances. Is that the only form of abundance you allow in your life to be real?
Oh, no, I don't believe that at all. I just think
then why did you say it?
Because I haven't. Okay, so from the teachings that I had received previously, meeting you, right now, I was taught metaphysically that as I changed my belief system and how I view and value and see myself, that I am supposed to be manifesting those passions and desires.
And when you didn't see them the way you thought, what kind of state did you go into?
I went into, I feel like it's more like a slight disappointment, but I know not to go.
Stay there.
Okay.
Be honest.
Okay.
I know not to go there, but I went there anyway. And what does that mean? That was your reaction to what you thought should be happening that wasn't? It means you haven't changed. So why should your reality? You see, you test yourselves. You go, am I going to base what's going on in my life on what happens outside? If I don't see what I thought I was supposed to see, I am not going to stay in a positive state. I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to disappoint myself from my seat of power. You haven't changed. So why should your reality? It doesn't matter what happens. It only matters what you do with what happens. That's the lesson here. Not that you're supposed to see your reality change. The idea is to be the state you prefer to be, even if your reality stays the same. Because if you can't be the state that you prefer to be in, even if your reality doesn't change, you haven't changed. Is this making some sense?
Yes.
You see, this is kind of, and I do not mean in any way, shape, or form, any offense at this. Please don't take it that way.
Okay.
Some of you know just enough metaphysics to be dangerous. You learn a certain amount of these principles and you apply them, but not necessarily as fully or in the precise way that it actually needs to be applied. You think it's supposed to get you this, when in fact it might be absolutely the opposite thing that you really need to experience. The idea is to not base your state on what's going on or not going on outside in the reflected reality. And if you keep finding yourself being disappointed when something doesn't happen the way you thought it ought to by now, you haven't changed. You're just proving over and over again that there is no reason for your reality to change because you haven't. Is this making some sense?
Yes. Yes.
That's all right. Let it out. Remember, this is good. This emotional response is positive. Why? Because when you hold on to negative beliefs, you have to create a chemical component in your body to match the belief on a physical level. When you're finally letting go of limiting negative beliefs, you have to wash those chemical constituents out of your body. How do you do it? Tears. They're tears of relief, tears of release, tears of joy. So it's good to have this response of your tears because you're washing the negative chemicals out of your body that were representative of the beliefs you were holding on to that now you're beginning to let go of, because now you have a deeper understanding of how this actually works. It's all right to go through life. It's all right to go through life being happy even if what you assumed would happen hasn't happened. It's all right to choose to be happy no matter what. It's okay. It's okay as a choice. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Now, remember, you can use visualization all you want. It's a beautiful tool. It is. But you have to understand what visualization is actually for. Visualizing an ideal outcome is not to insist that that must be the way the outcome happens. Visualization is for the purpose of creating a symbolic representation of an ideal outcome that gets you so excited about the possibility of that kind of an outcome that you get into the excited state you need to be in. Then once you're in the excited state, you drop the picture utterly so that your higher mind can bring you what it really needs to bring you, because you don't know on the physical level if the picture you have in your physical mind is actually the ideal outcome. Your higher mind could bring you something 10 times greater than your physical mind could imagine, but when you sit there and insist, no, it's got to look like this or something's wrong, you're shutting the door to what your higher mind could bring you that could be greater. You don't know. You have to get your physical mind used to the understanding that you don't know what the ideal outcome for you actually is. Sometimes, yes, it might match your vision, might be very close, might even be identical sometimes, but you don't know that that's what it needs to be. So if you understand, if you start understanding that insisting on the visualization is actually a negative limitation that prevents you from experiencing something greater that your higher mind can bring you, you'll stop doing it. You'll stop insisting. Remember, here's a formula. Insistence equals resistance. You slow everything down. You block the doorways through which things could be coming to you because you're getting in your own way with your assumptions about the way things are supposed to be. There is no supposed to. Let it be what it is. Everything that comes to you, whatever it is that's coming to you, is exactly perfect for what it is. Use it. Stay in the positive state and use it. It wouldn't be there if there wasn't a reason for it. You need to trust the way reality works. You need to trust the mechanism. You need to trust the structure. Just go with the flow. Relax. Because if you know that no matter what happens, it's always going to benefit you, what do you care what happens? That's power. That's power. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter how things look. It doesn't matter what doesn't happen. It will always benefit me. That's power. That's a position of power. That's self-empowerment. Stay there. Don't leave it. Okay. Unless, of course, you like to suffer. I won't stop you if that's your passion.
No.
But understand you don't have to make that choice. Okay. Is this helping?
Very much so. Thank you.
You are so welcome.